everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Wednesday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Nine of Cups. So cups are connected to the intuition, and they're about following your heart as well as connecting with others and feeling emotionally fulfilled. The number 9 is the penultimate step in a 10-card trajectory. This is the step just before you cross the finish line and achieve transformation. So the image has this fella. He's sitting in a room full of these golden cups, and he's got his arms crossed like he's pretty satisfied with himself. And that is one of the invitations of the 9. We're pausing just before we go global with our gift, right? Before our gift goes into the world, we're taking a minute to sit and enjoy it, remembering, integrating it, remembering where we've been, kind of patting ourselves in the back. And that's what he's doing. He's like, yeah, look at all this cool stuff I've brought into my life. And that's good for the 9, because basically you're getting yourself together, you're taking a moment to pause, feeling really happy, giving yourself a moment of privacy before you go into the world, so that you can go into the world, right? That's the point. It stops. This blessing goes into the world. It stops being yours. You start over, right? This is also a challenge point for the 9. It's for the mind. It's an interesting challenge point because this is the moment. This is the last moment you're going to be in this piece of work. And that means once you cross this finish line, you are now stepping into the unknown. You're going back to the beginning point. You're starting over as a seed, which means all the mastery that you learned in this piece of work, you keep your mastery, but you'll have to go back to learning something new, right? And so the mind can get very nervous at this point in the trajectory. So the mind might say, oh, well, this is really nice. Like, let's just stop here. Let's be satisfied with what we've got, or the mind might say, you know what, we're not quite ready. We need to do it. Let's go back and revisit the old thing. Let's review that, chapter 3 in the book I just wrote, or let's stall out a little bit. Let's spend some more time in the work. Either that or this is good enough. Let's not go any further, right? And that's a tricky moment because you have achieved a lot, right? So it's not that the mind's exactly contradicting you. It's just the mind wants to stop short. And I feel like this connects to yesterday's card, which is the Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands is like that vibrant, passionate energy. It's like a light on a hill. Everyone's drawn to it. And the reversal was like trying to not be, trying to block our visibility. We're not really sure we want to be seen. Well, I feel like that could really play into this card as well. The mind's not really sure it wants our creation to be let loose in the world. We're not sure we want this to be seen. We're not sure we want the change that's going to happen on the other side of going to the 10. Because we don't know what that will look like. It is the unknown. We are losing the familiar. Maybe we're losing a very satisfying piece of the journey, and we're going to be sad to leave this part of the journey behind, and we're also not sure what's going to happen next. So it's the same conversation with the mind. This is the point of the spiritual journey. The point of evoking gifts is to set them free in the world. If you don't do that, it will start feeling not like a gift, but like a burden. And not only that, it won't go into it's like seed that ends up, you put it in a silo and it just rottens, right? Because it's not meant to be stored. It needs to go into the world, right? So there's no way to hold this. That's important for the mind to learn. There's no way to hold the gift if you don't give it up. Well, there's no way to hold it at all because you have to give it up and make room for a new gift to flow in. This is the only way energy works. It cannot be hoarded. You cannot save it. If you start saving it, it becomes not energy. It kind of stagnates into a solid form and has gravity. Energy is just like gravity free and flowing and magical. But if you try to contain it, it gains gravity. And now you're carrying it on your back in a way that's not very much fun. So if your mind's still doing this, like kind of saying, well, no, this is good enough. We can wait. We can hold out. You can hold out. You can always help. You can do anything you want to do. If you hold out, it'll start feeling pretty crappy. You'll start feeling feel a little heavy, a little less exhilarated. And the longer you hold out, it'll kind of like, this will fade away. This will fade away. Even your 9 of Cups will fade away, and you'll going back. You may go back to the 5 of Cups, the challenge point, or you'll have to go back and do a piece of work again. So anyway, it's just more like energy efficient to move forward. So that's our card for today. See you tomorrow for our next one. Bye.